and welcome. My name is Chris Straw. I'm the president of Team Quality Services. Here we are. It's the summer of 2020, and I want to give you an update of where we are as a team and as a company. Over the last quarter, of course, as many of you have endured this whole COVID thing, certainly as a company, we weren't exempt from that. I want to be sure to thank you and thank everyone for all the hard work, dedication, patience, everything that everybody has done to help get us through this during this unprecedented time. It's crazy. Nobody expected it. Nobody was prepared for it. And we're doing the best we can to get through it. And I thank you. Since the last time we talked, I did apply for the PPP loan from the government, and we did get that, which is exciting news. Between that and our piggy bank, that's what's going to get us through this whole COVID crisis. Since the last time we talked, we have also obtained and distributed PPE to every employee throughout the company. So you should have received a mask and some other things, hopefully, to get you and your family through this crisis and get us back to work. We have also added services both at Kia, Hyundai, Mercedes, and even a new one I'm excited about, Rivian, which is a new electric truck over in Illinois. It's an old Mitsubishi plant that we used to represent over there when they were making Mitsubishis, and now it's Rivian, the electric truck. It's very cool. We started that at the beginning of July. We have also added and diversified our portfolio a little bit. We added a manufacturing division at a warehouse that we are now using in Auburn, Indiana. That makes our third warehouse between Auburn, Belleville, and Niagara-on-the-Lake. We started a manufacturing division where we are actually dressing and prepping engines and shipping out engines with Team Quality Services logos on them. They are TQS serial numbers, and they go into UPS and Amazon trucks, which are very crucial. If you're like me, I know our home delivery services have certainly increased during the COVID, and we're certainly a part of that, which is very exciting. Our sales team over this COVID break, you would think that would be a horrible time and certainly an uphill battle for anyone in the sales department, but our sales team has pulled together and actually doubled our outstanding quotes from where we were on March 23rd when this whole thing started, and they have doubled that pipeline. So we're really excited about what that holds for us here in the future. And then lastly, one noteworthy event was as we launched the customer portal for QNet. It's in beta testing right now with a handful of customers. They're going through it, giving us feedback on what they like and what we can improve on. So exciting stuff. We haven't just been sitting still the last quarter, and it's very cool. So that brings us to our current state. And one of our leading guiding principles in the EOS world is a VTO, a Vision Traction Organizer. It's a single document business plan, and it starts with one thing, and that's our purpose. And our purpose before was to improve quality of life, which is great. That's a noble cause. It's not a bad thing. But to me, over this COVID break, I've had time to really think about it. And it didn't get deep enough for me. I felt like it was good, but it just wasn't passionate in driving our people. And the more I thought about it, I thought back to when I very first started the company. And my very first customer was a traveling quality rep. And he would leave his house on Monday, and he would visit various plants throughout the United States, Mexico, and Canada, and he would come back on Friday. Well, you can imagine a travel schedule like that, what kind of home life that guy had, and it just wasn't good. And he was telling me about, he's missing his kids' dance recitals, soccer games, what have you, and it was just putting a strain on his family. And I started to tell him, hey, why don't you skip Fort Wayne next week, and maybe you can get home a day early. And he started to do that and started to actually get to the point where he would visit Fort Wayne maybe once every 6 months. And it improved his family life. And the more I thought about that, the more I think that is certainly what still drives me 23 years later. And what I like to see us be able to do is that if we can be there so our customers don't have to, then we can take care of the problems and they can stay back, focus on their family, focus on the problems there at their facility, and not have to worry about it. So I made a change with the leadership team's approval. We changed the VTO purpose, and that purpose now is we are there so our customers don't have to be. And I think that really resonates more with our intent what gets me up every day, what gets me going, and what we want to do for our customers. And that's not just in the rep world. That's why we're out inspecting in warehouses. That's why we're out in energy, oil fields, checking out pipelines and valves and things like that. That's why we do what we do, so our customers don't have to be out there. Our focus is still the same. It's to identify and prevent quality issues. Our proven process is we identify, isolate, and communicate quality issues. That's what we do. That's how we do our job. And there's 3 unique things that we bring to the table that nobody else does. One is certainly our geographic coverage. We have served customers throughout North America for over 23 years and will continue to do so and keep increasing that geographic reach. Technology, that's certainly a differentiator with us. QNet, as we keep making advances in that, not just with the mobile app that we launched a couple years ago, but now with the customer portal, and then eventually here in the not too distant future, a customer app where they will be actually able to communicate sort of like instant messaging back and forth through the safety of that app. And then lastly, as an organization, we are a service-disabled, veteran-owned business. I was in the Air Force for 9 years and flew as a pilot for them. When you're around jet engines that much, you lose some hearing and get some ringing in your ears, which I didn't realize. But once we got that discovered, we actually qualify as a service-disabled, veteran-owned business. Now, what does that mean? Many of our customers have set-asides for minority or veteran-owned businesses. Service-disabled, veteran-owned business is just another feather in our cap to promote to our customers. Over the next quarter, we've got a lot of things that we're going to be working on. While we still deal with the COVID crisis, we got back to work June 1st, which was great. But what that does is we have to use that piggy bank and that PPP money to get us through until the cash starts coming in from those services. So you can imagine we start back to work June 1st, payroll starts going out, the piggy banks start getting drained until end of the month, end of June, invoices go out. 60 days later, we get paid. That means we don't get paid till September 1st. So this piggy bank and the PPP loan are what going to be gets us through this summertime until that cash flow starts coming in. Another thing that we're focusing on is the healthcare costs in the United States. Our health insurance, while it's good coverage, it's just terribly expensive, and it continues to be a hindrance to us attracting good talent, retaining good talent. And it's one of the things that I certainly hear from everybody. I take the same health insurance. I know how expensive it is, so we're working on that. Another thing that's a focus for us is inspection technology. While we lead in representation technology, our inspection side of the business is sorely behind. So we need to improve that, and that's a focus. Another one is for our employees to get annual reviews, get that feedback, and help them help you on your professional track. So here's what I am today. What am I going to be 5 years from now? What opportunities lay out there for me, and how do I get there? Another area of focus is faster reporting and status updates. As you can imagine, as we get this technology in the hands of the customer, they want information faster, quicker, and that's what they're used to. So having quality alerts sit out there unviewed for more than 24 hours is an eternity. Having quality alerts sit open out there for more than 15 days is an eternity. Things happen too fast in this technology world, and we've got to be right there with it, pushing ourselves. So our customer service team, our operations team are working together with you guys to help speed that up and get that information to our customers. And then lastly, processing of leads, field people all over, inspection, representation. You guys done a great job of turning in potential business leads to us, which is awesome. Please don't stop doing that. That's how we grow as a company, and if we're not growing, we're dying. But we've got to be better internally. So our sales team is attacking that and seeing how they can make that process more effective, more efficient, whether it's changing how we get information from the field or what kind of information we get, but to make that just move a lot faster. What can you do? Top focus for you over the next quarter, please connect. Connect with your fellow employees, connect with your manager. And how do you do that? You do that through level 10 meetings. You should be having level 10 meetings once a week with your supervisor and some people from your team. If you're not having that, please reach out to your supervisor and make sure that you are getting a level 10 meeting. That should be happening for everybody. Next is confirm. With the number of shutdowns and restarts and product launches and everything else going on, confirm with your service location what those dates are and spread that information to your manager. That is so critically important. It helps us track for furloughs, for government regulations, for PTO, lots of different things, how we bill our customer, and we need to have that latest information. So please confirm that information and update your software, whether it's through QNet, through a level 10, but make sure your manager knows and understands what the latest information is for your service location. Another thing you can do is, if you haven't yet, read the book, or I might even suggest rereading the book, What the Heck is EOS? It's a great book. It's a foundational principle for how we run this business and how you can better be a part of this team. The last thing I have to say is COVID. Certainly, none of us anticipated it. No one was prepared for it, but we have some basic principles. If you're sick, please don't come into work. Don't go to your service location. Stay home. Let your supervisor know, and they will help walk you through the process of how to deal with that. We did have some field employees who did get COVID, and we actually got phone calls from the CDC asking who were they around when they didn't have their mask, who were they around if they didn't social distance, and things like that. So we don't want to have to answer those questions with actual names, because we want everybody wearing their mask, social distancing, and washing your hands. All right, have a great one. Thank you guys. I will see you again next fall.